so apparently, from what I've learned today in history, in college history, they said the hippies weren't that many people. Like people always thought, like, yeah, everyone at like a certain age turned into hippie. Like all the teens would turn into hippies. No, that wasn't the case. The hippies weren't that. Sure, there were a lot of them, but not as much as people think there were. These hippies were less than people thought they were, but they made a huge impact, they say. And he asked us, do you guys think that your millennial generation and the generation of the 60s, like the as you say hippies, do you guys think you guys like what have you guys gained and can you guys relate to them? And basically, from what we concluded is that yes, we like their ideas, but or like we're very similar. Not we don't like their ideas, but we're very similar. But the thing is, we're too lazy to think about it. But no, I don't think it's that we're too lazy. I think it's that we don't want to do anything about it because society has made this line that we have to be under because it is. I'm just gonna throw the word moral out there. You have to be under this line in order to be in society standards. And if you're not in society standards, then you're seen as a completely different person, a new person that we don't even know who you are, and people look down upon you. And I wanted to say something in class. I wanted to say that, like, if you already don't know my philosophy, I'm very intrigued by Terence McKenna's philosophy, even though he was an ethnopolit. I forget what the word was. Basically, he supported psychedelics, and I personally don't. I took what he said and made it into my own. Like, you could do psychedelics, you could do like you can smoke marijuana if you want, but I'm not gonna do it because I don't need this thing. I don't need this drug, this 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 entity or whatever it's called to 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 be awake. I don't need it to make me happy. I can be just as happy without taking it. But if you want to do it, go right ahead. I'm not stopping you. I don't really care. You do you, I do me. That's how I want it to be. Now, I am intrigued by Terence McKenna and by Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan, especially because he sees things that people don't normally see. A lot of the nation, I believe, to be unawake by what I call my philosophy. And my philosophy is that society is not what it could be. Society is currently not how I want it to be. Society is messed up. We can be something better, but we're not because we're so we're so devoured by this American culture, this not even just American culture, like the culture of the world where you have to maintain a job in order to live. Like, the thing that you need a job in order to live is just insanity. We should be living life. And this is what made me think about when he talked about counterculture, how these hippies just quit job, quit college, and just were getting high off their minds and living life. Yes, that is how it's supposed to be. That is how we need to return to our archaic values. We need to do this, but no, because society frowns upon it. Because of not only the 60s moment, but because it's unrealistic. But I say nay, it is realistic. I don't. Sure, I love the hippie movement, but the thing is that they were not structured. They believed in full freedom, where nothing should be structured, and that is what was wrong with that time. And I I really wanted to say that. Yes, we should be just like the hippies, but no, we shouldn't at the same time because they weren't structured and a lot of things happened that should not have happened. A lot of babies, like a lot of people, like basically unprotected sex. Not okay. I take that back. I didn't mean it that way. Like people were having sex like crazy and having these babies who would turn into single who would turn into being raised by a single parent, and that is not how it's supposed to be. That's not how I want it to be. I think we should somehow form a way to where everyone could contribute to society in a way that works for everyone. So if, say, you wanted to do music, you go do music. You do it in a way that would help society, and don't let anyone else tell you. Don't let anyone. I'm gonna try to abstain from cursing because cursing is not seen. Like you know, fuck this. I'm gonna curse. This is my podcast. I am really sick of people telling you, no, you can't do this. This can't make money. Money, 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 money. That is the thing, is that we're run on. We're run on a society that not only runs on war, but runs on money. The thing that you need money to live is just absurd. This fucking piece of paper. This piece of fucking paper determines whether or not you live or not. Are you fucking shitting me, man? You need this piece of fucking paper to fucking eat. Are you fucking you need this piece of paper to fucking drink? What kind of fucking value is that? Are you fucking shitting me? There's a way. If everyone fucking worked together, there is a way where there would be no world hunger. Because I've heard it argue successfully that we can end world hunger. That it's possible, but we don't want to because it would break the structure of society and turn into this realization that I want it to be. And it's very frowned upon, so people don't want to do that. And there is a way where everyone can contribute to society, whether it's, say you work at the deli for one day, you work at, say, a clothes shop the next day, whether it's that is an option. I'm not saying that's how it should be, but that is one thing that I came across, and I'm pretty sure Joe Rogan would think that, yes, that is a valid option, but I'm sure we could all find a way where we could all contribute in our own, because we are being dumbed down to where we have to go into certain, like, people are being doctors not because they want to be doctors, but because they make money. People are not being what they want to be because, like, first of all, I wanted to be, no, not that I wanted to be, I looked at how much philosophers make. Philosophers don't make that much money. I think it's one, from what I hear, it is one of the least paying jobs out there. Why though? Philosophers open the eyes of many. Aristotle, Socrates, all these people have helped us develop, have helped us so many times, but yet they get paid the least. Yet back then they didn't get paid at all. I think if you find a way to contribute your passion, you should not. First of all, I believe that the current, just currency is stupid. I think we should all be fed, we should all be clothed. It is possible. We just need to work together and find a way to do it. People see it as unrealistic because it's hard. It's hard. They think it's not possible. But if every single person would think of a way, would somehow find a way to make this happen, I'm pretty sure it's possible. And I asked my friend, just a random friend in my history class, like, what do you think about this? I really think it's possible. I think we could be just like the hippies, but not be as free as them. And I basically talked about Terence McKenna and all that stuff. He's like, dude, I think it is possible. And I'm not just saying this because, I'm not just saying this because you want to hear it. I'm saying this because, it is possible, but I think it's really, really hard, and it's really, really hard to get such a mass of people, to be in line with this idea. And that is very true. People don't really want to get in line with this idea because, no, it hasn't worked in the past. Or it's just unrealistic and it sounds stupid. But no, it is possible. And that is a touch of my philosophy. I've recently started thinking this way since junior year of my high school, and I really, really loved it. My friend Marcus Perez, sorry to just throw your name out there, man, if you ever listen to this podcast, which I doubt you will. I mean, you might. I'm not saying you're wrong, and I'm not doubting your friendship, but I'm just saying, this just not realistic. I mean, who would want to listen to my podcast? I'm just making it for myself and for whoever wants to listen to it. But he showed me this. He just posted on on Twitter this band called North Lane, and I just, for some reason, I loved like the cover, like the album cover. I was like, wow, this is a pretty good album cover. So I decided, you know what, like let's just look up the band. I looked up the band. First song I clicked was the song called Singularity, and it's basically the speech that Terence McKenna is giving, and the highlight of it is we have to stop consuming our culture. We have to create culture. And I've memorized the speech from word to word. I memorized it. I could say it right now, but I'm not because you all probably be bored. I memorized all of it word from word just by listening to the song. It is a wonderful speech given, and it is, and I just branched off from there. I really took off. He Marcus doesn't really know the impact that made. I mean, he didn't do it intentionally, but it really did. It branched off from me liking Terence McKenna, who isn't really a philosopher. It's ethnobotanist. I think is the name of it. I'm not sure. Um, I then started listening to Joe Rogan. I haven't listened to all of his podcasts because obviously there's so many, but I've listened to like snippets of few, and it's just he makes so much sense to me. He thinks the way I do, and it's just something that just makes me feel so good that I am not alone. That someone thinks like me. Someone who has this idea that we can be this society, but we just can't because not only the corrupt officials, but because it's so hard to get everyone under this idea that it is possible. And it just really pains me that I think this way because this way, this idea, this my philosophy, it is a curse and a gift. It truly is. I'm not going to go into depth, but recently it has been a curse for the whole year of 2016, and I'm trying to maintain myself. I tell myself, not every day, but most of the times when I'm most down, that just subject yourself to society, to the current society. Find a job. Just take this shit job. Take this shit life until later on where you can make a difference because you need to make money first before you can do anything because that's how society is run right now, and I can't really make an impact without any money. Obviously, I need money to branch things off. I need money if I want to make things possible. So I think I need to subject myself into society for a while until I could finally make an impact. That is one thing that I've thought of. That is one thing that I might take into consideration, or who knows, I might just subject myself to society completely and look back on, wow, how was I this stupid? But right now, this is what makes sense to me. This is what truly I'm awakened by. And most people think I'm stupid for this idea. I'm assuming because, you know, not that I give a shit, but I keep posting stuff on Twitter, keep posting stuff on Facebook about philosophy, but no one seems to partake in it. And I say this to you because, a like represents, that you like the video. Wow, this was truly amazing. I like this video. I'm gonna like it, right? No one likes the post of philosophy. And no, I'm not mad. No, I'm not upset. No, I'm not sad by it. But it's just, it truly shows how people really don't care through social media, at least. Like, sure, you might care. Sure, you might, just, oh, okay, this doesn't really sound like my cup of tea, but you do you. But I really just want people to take this into consideration, please, and just really in-depth think about it. I really want to have one-on-one conversations with people. And this podcast has been going for 16 minutes and 50 seconds, and I'm thirsty as heck, dude. And my bottle of water is empty next to me, so. And this is just on philosophy. This is just on me starting off. And I'm not sure where it's going to go from here, because I'm basically giving, like, the main branch from it. I'm not getting into too specific details. And that's, I think that concludes philosophy, to be honest. I lost my train of thought. Once I get going on something, it it truly makes me just keep going, and it doesn't prevent me from, like, it doesn't stop me. I just keep going, and I love it, dude. Like once I started, like, say I just start writing, I could keep going until I like stop for a certain amount of period, and then I just lose it. That's how it is with me talking. Sorry for the long pauses. I'm just thinking of what else to talk about. What did I say? I said we would talk about my philosophy. We would talk about politics. I made my thoughts on the 2016 election video. Now, I also think of this way too. Now, my philosophy doesn't go with, I'm pretty sure, what you guys would think. You know, how could you be a Bernie Sanders supporter? Or how could you like, Bernie Sanders when he is in support of government and stuff like that? You know, he is basically a sense of your philosophy, but not really, truly, entirely. Like, he just is on another scale, you might say. And, in a way, yeah, he is. But the thing is that if I'm going to be living in this nation, if I'm going to be, subject myself, I think I might as well have a cup of tea while I'm at it, and Bernie is that cup of tea. Bernie Sanders is truly a man of amazing intent, just standards and stuff like that. I truly supported him throughout the 2016 election, even prior to the 2016, even prior, like, the thing, like, just, like, the small pieces of, what really, like, what impacted me the most is that, I mean, sure, like a lot of people did it, but Bernie Sanders got arrested in the 50s or 60s, I forget, for protesting civil rights, and I was like, yo, the guy that I like so much in politics right now fought for African Americans back then, and it's just really truly fascinates me how, I don't know, dude, like, you can't just help but like find that cool, man. Like, seriously. And from what I read, Hillary supported this Republican back then, and stuff like that. I mean, I didn't really like her like, sure, she was a nice lady and all, I'm pretty sure she is, but the things that just come up about these, not only the emails, her change of politics over the years, how she's constantly with this or that, the deaths that have been connected to her, it's just pretty crazy with the things that occur, and about how she doesn't care about the middle class and this and that. It's just, just crazy to think how so many people were so behind her, but not many people were behind, Bernie. I personally think Bernie should have won that ticket, but whatever. Like, she won it by stupid super delegates. That's the only reason why she won it. Yes, I'm still upset by it. But yeah, basically, that's my side on politics. I think Bernie would have made huge changes. I mean, like I said in my other video, like, Bernie Sanders versus Donald Trump. What could have Donald Trump attacked about Bernie? Oh, Bernie, I heard this one time you you smoked pot and you went crazy. No, no, dude. Like, what can you dig up about Bernie Sanders? What's the dirt on him? Nothing. He has done nothing. And what could have Trump like attacked him with? His politics? Yeah, that's how it should have been. He should have attacked his politics, and he would have lost. Because the only reason why Trump won is because he attacked Hillary. And what could Trump have attacked on Bernie? Nothing. Really nothing. So that is a bit of politics, and if you want to tune out from now, I will stop talking about politics, philosophy for a bit, and I want to talk about YouTube. A lot of people don't really care about YouTube, but I find it very interesting because it's kind of like the Kardashians, from what people say. It's kind of like, like the drama, like, I will explain for those of you who will listen and care, well, not really care, but who are interested in the drama of YouTube. I will go ahead and start. If you don't, this is the time to tune out. If you don't really care about YouTube, or are not interested to hear about, the drama of YouTube, and yeah, click off now. Alright, so we have, what can I talk about the drama of YouTube? the things that I'm just most interested by is like the people that I hate. Like personally, I hate I hate this guy named Leafy is here. I hate Rice Gum. I hate, let's see, who else is pretty terrible on YouTube? I hate the Minecraft community, the Minecraft YouTubers. Like they're so shit. Like they just truly are. They truly just want to make money off of little kids. They're just abusing the system. We could talk about Leafy. So, if you guys haven't heard, there's this YouTuber named Leafy is here. Also known as Calvin. I'm not sure his last name, and that's relevant too. So this YouTuber named Leafy is here is he basically roasts people for a living. He makes videos attacking people either on their looks, on their ideas, or stuff that he doesn't like about them. And his videos are just pure insanity because they they make no sense at all. They really don't. Like the best example would have been this video he made on this one guy who was wearing a hat that he was basically like he was just wearing like this funny hat and just making like this weird face. He's like, look at his fucking face. Look at his fucking face. I bet he rapes people with that face. Like, and this and that. Like, that is basically his YouTube channel. He just wants to make people laugh on just pure insanity. Like, stuff that doesn't even make sense. Like, sure, if you're strong, like, a strong criticism, like, that could be valued. Like, that could be, like, taken into consideration. But no, he's not doing this. Neither is Ricegum. The situation where he backstabbed Keem for money, the fact that Leafy takes Adderall to make his fucking videos. Like, what kind of person needs Adderall to fucking make his YouTube videos? Like, that's just stupid as fuck. You need this fucking, I'm not sure what Adderall is, but I'm just gonna call it a drug. You need this drug to make your fucking videos? Are you fucking shitting me? You need to get into Skype calls prior with your friends to pump you up. And not even your friends, because you backstab them, dude. You backstab them. You fucking backstab them. What kind of person fucking does that? So you get these friends, yeah, man. Like you get them to encourage you, like you come all wimpy and all scaredy, like into a Skype call. So like, dude, I want to make this video, but I really don't. Because I'm scared of the backlash, this and that. And you basically look for people to pump you up. Like, what kind of person does that? Do you see other people doing that? No, dude, you're being a wimp. You make Basically, I'm calling you a wimp, and you truly are, Leafy. Not that you will ever see this video, but it's just stupid to think how you take Adderall, and you need to be pumped up by friends. Also, this is all mentioned in Nick Cash's video, not the Adderall part, but Keemstar mentioned that during a Tommy C's live stream. Tommy C is a person who does podcasts for a living and is also on the Beta podcast. Keemstar is also on the Beta podcast, and so is Colossal. Is crazy. And I just find YouTube drama amazing. How like a lot of people hate Keemstar because of his personality. I think Keemstar goes overboard on Twitter. To be honest, I truly like him. I haven't really thought about that. We'll get back to that later. I'll truly really think about it. And I think that concludes this podcast, dude. I went on for 26 minutes and I touched on 3 subjects. Lightly on YouTube because that's the most boring part, but more in my philosophy and my politics. And hopefully I get more people on, so we could talk about maybe current events, stuff like that, and have like 3 people on with different opinions. Like, if I were to subject myself to society and call myself a certain party, I would think would it be right to call myself a democratic socialist? I'm not sure, but if that was true, if that was the case, I would get a right-wing Republican and a person who's in the middle. That would be nice to have. But that would sure cause a lot of conflict, but hopefully we can maintain our friendship and branch off this podcast into something big. This has been my podcast. I'm not sure what I'm gonna call it either. And it's not like I don't think I'm gonna be making more episodes because I doubt anyone wants to listen to this, and I doubt anyone wants to make a podcast with me. So this has truly been it. I thank you all. If you stayed for the whole video, dude, you're fucking amazing. Like seriously. And sorry for the cursing if any people who hate cursing, and for my, I find it most embarrassing when my teachers see the stuff that I post after graduation, like, wow, I didn't know this guy was this way. I didn't know I didn't know he cursed. I didn't know he posted stuff like this. I find that weird, so I limit myself. I am limiting myself right now on Facebook to the stuff that I post. I really don't want my teachers to think I'm an idiot, like my Spanish teacher and my history teacher. I think those are the only two teachers that I have added. And then I currently have a Algebra 2 teacher who's following me on Twitter, who I am also trying to limit the stuff that I retweet and the stuff that I say on Twitter, because I don't want him thinking, wow, Joel, I don't really want to see this, and I don't really want to follow you anymore. Not that I, find, joy in people following me, but, I really just don't want them to think I'm stupid and an idiot. So, I'm limiting myself to that as well. I really shouldn't, to be honest. I really want to tweet some stuff out, and most people if you stuck this long, I want to say I think Twitter hates me. Not Twitter itself, but I think the people on Twitter. I think my past class of 2016, my high school class, I think they personally hate me via social media, and maybe IRL sometimes as well. I personally think they hate me because of the stuff that I post. I really post some depressing things because, Twitter's my vent station, I guess you could say. I really vent on there, and most of my stuff is really depressing, and that is what caused for people to unfollow me or maybe not like me. And also that I tweet too much. I do tweet too much, and I have been limiting myself as of the start of my new college. I mean, the start of my college year, my first college year. I've been limiting myself to my tweets, as in a little bit of what I tweet about, and more of how much I tweet, because people find that annoying, and I'm sorry. I'm truly am. I'm sorry that I annoy you. It's just Twitter's my vent station, and I really need something to vent because I don't find many things to vent with. So I apologize for that if that has been a nuisance to you. And this basically concludes my podcast. Sorry for rambling. Holy crap, I went on for 30 minutes. If I do solo podcast, a 30-minute goal wouldn't be that bad. If I was aiming for, if I had 3 people talking about a specific matter, going for an hour would be nice. But since we're barely starting off, I think 30 minutes is a good mark to hit, to be honest. What else? 3 people. If later on, if we become good at making the podcast, if the podcast ever starts going up, spiking up, if people start liking it, we should maybe be more professional about it. And this is not a scripted podcast currently. This is just me going at the top of my head, just at my heart. This is not scripted at all, and I feel very proud that I went on for 30 minutes just talking to a microphone and a laptop screen in a video game. And that's basically been it. I know I've said that so many times, but I think we will conclude the podcast now. I really want to do this outro. You could click off now, but if you want to hear this outro, that would be pretty cool. Let's see, what's a good outro song, dude? Oh, listen on Waiting on the World to Change. I really truly didn't understand the meaning of the song back in 7th grade. Waiting on the World to Change by John Mayer. I really truly didn't understand it until later on, and I really love it now because it goes with what I believe in, sorta. Screw the intro. I'm sorry for keeping you waiting if you tuned in. Let's call it a day. Not a bad podcast. Hopefully it goes better next time. I'll see you guys later.